Oh, nice. Hey there, welcome back, guys. We're live. It's Saturday Night Live Q&A. We do this show every week, every Saturday, where we answer your questions and troubleshoot your solutions in real time. The only issue is you gotta wait your turn. So without any further ado, let's get started. Welcome back to Everything That Glitches. Had a great flight today. Was able to fly the demolition of the Sheraton Hotel in Mahwah, New Jersey, which was great. I was waitlisted on the meetup, but then I just figured, you know what? Because the meetups are well organized and they coordinate where you're going to stand, where you're going to be, incognito. They make sure they do all the homework for you and make sure that you're good to go before you go. They check in with the towns, see if there's ordinances, see if there's a permit required. They check in with the police, and so that when you know you're there and Karen shows up, the only thing that will happen is she will just or he will just nothing, absolutely nothing, because you're covered. So which was great. And so I get there and we drive, and then sorry, you can't get in here unless you have a black pass. I didn't have a black pass, so I just pulled back around, and then I went to park at the Exxon gas station, and I said to the police officer, can I park there? And he's like, yeah, but if the owner of the gas station comes, because it's private property, you'll have to move. I'm like, really? What are the odds at 7 a.m. the owner of the gas station is going to show up and ask me to move my car? They won't even let you use the bathroom. And so knowing that, and a lot of people will park there because it was a spectacular event. So the odds of, them asking you to move, where are you going to go? Because roads are closed, roadblocks here and there. And then I said, let me go back to the bridge. And so I went back to the bridge. And it was just great because I got a spot right there. The cop was right there, and he's like, yeah, I see no trouble with you being there. He's like, just stay out of the street, which was fine. He's like, just come inside where the cones were, which was really cool. So it was great to have that experience. Let me just make sure this is happening over here. Here, I'll show you guys some of the footage I got. Of course, there's the main footage that actually, we have, but let's see what we have over here. Let's see. I'm just gonna push everything to the screen. I got some good footage. The only downside was the event. Oh, this was probably from the last video. Let me get rid of this. Is it clear layer? Remove layer. There we are. The only issue was that this was supposed to happen at 7:30. So that's why if you see the original footage, I'm hovering. I have a good spot right here. Everything's cropped really well. And then I had to land. I'm like, oh shit. I had to land because it was supposed to happen at 7:30 and didn't happen until later. And my battery was dying. And if you follow me, I get battery anxiety. And so I was like, oh shit, I got to swap the battery. So this was supposed to be the footage where it's just hovering. Would have been smooth as silk, good to go. But the timing was off. And the best part was that the cop was right here, right? And there he is over there with his other partner. They were giving me the heads up. They're like, you got 5 more minutes. Do what you need to do. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to be landing. I'm going to land and then put a new battery in. And then are you okay? And there's this car. So I got front row seats. And I got heads up because, who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want, I got 2 more minutes left. I got 5 minutes left. So this was really cool that, I was getting the prompt because, do I change my battery? Do I let it go? Because I've never had a drone hover before, and that's 7.1, so the next one would probably be 70. Hover and then want to return home. What does it do? Does it just keep going? Does it land? Does it just try to find, does it do, I don't know what it does. So, and then I get it back up in the air, as you can see here. This is the full 3 minutes here, which is great. Look at that. And I think they're blowing, what do they call it? And then again, it's still going. I'm like, wait, when are these guys going to implode the building? What is that, 70, 571, so probably 573 or 72, and it's just going. So I guess they're putting moisture in the air, so when the building does implode, it let me move this over here, the smoke won't be as harmless and go into your lungs. Because it's funny, the officer who was just right before the implosion, he runs into his car and gets his mask. Oh, there we go. So we have 7.3. So most likely it would have been 7.2. There we are, right here. So then I launched the drone again, right? I'm like, damn it, because I had the perfect positioning before. And just as I go up, right, the shit starts, what do they call it? The implosion starts. I'm like, damn it. So I had the perfect angle, and then I just barely missed it. Like, I would have missed the whole thing. So it's really cool. So I would say, like, if they have a scheduled, if you ever do one of these again, don't launch at 7:15. If the implosion or whatever you're experiencing is supposed to happen at 7:30, I'd probably recommend launching at maybe 7:25, and then you'll have 15 to 20 minutes, because a lot of guys were hovering. Some guys just leave it in the air until the battery, look at all that smoke, just dies out. But again, look, as soon as it falls down, people just move. They're probably moving out of the way because they think the smoke is heading their way. This one guy, Rupert, he got the whole. He waited until after the smoke settled, and got more. He got the rubble, which is really cool. I wish I had stayed until later. And then there were, what else was there? Police. Oh yeah, so the guy's like, hey, where's your drone? Which one's your drone? So apparently people, he's like, can you just go look on the highway? Apparently there were people crossing the highway, literally, and they had to stop traffic because people were running in, and they're like, yo, we can't be doing that. And then they were able to radio in. And then there were guys flying. So that's where I parked, at the Sunoco gas station. And as you can see, everyone was there. So no one's getting out, which was just great that, it was a last minute thing. I was waitlisted for at another event, but I wound up getting front row seats just because of a detour. Because originally I had parked right over on the other side of the hotel. There's a parking lot over there. And I asked the officer, I was like, hey, can I park? He's like, nope. And we're going to ask everybody that's parked over there to leave. I guess because the parking lot over here is closest to the implosion. And I guess they didn't know which way the wind was going to blow. Of course, they know which way the wind's blowing, but winds tend to shift. And so, not knowing which way that the wind's going to shift, they were just taking preventative measures to make sure that no one was close by except for the demolition team to have the front row seats, except for the folks who are right over here. I'll show you. Right here, I guess they had VIP passes. The other folks have VIP passes over there on the other side. But who's got the real VIP pass, right? I got dead center, which is cool. Some guys had dead center too. They were either like over here, and then launching from there, and then just going dead center. But you really want to be dead center when flying your drone. Basically, there's no better experience than flying a drone and having it right above you where you can see it and not have to worry. And and then having it hover, because a lot of times at these events you're hovering, waiting for the implosion to happen. And as you saw, it was late, so it didn't happen. And I changed some of the settings because I have a CPL filter that works well, but as you can see, it was a little bit dark. So then what I did was I added some more EV, and then the EV let more light in, so I was able to finagle it. Because as you can see, if we remember the last time when Market Bay was here, he was telling us no filters in the night or even when it's shady. The CPL filter only works well. We'll see as the sun comes out, all the greens and blues kick in. But when it's darker, I don't recommend CPL, but I have to put the other one on. And at night, everything is pitch black. But I want to try, before I put the regular lens back on, I want to try and see how the CPL filter works at night with more EV coming in. Because as you can see here, this is before I activated EV, and here I activated EV, and it just works well. Should have let it hover more in the main video, but everyone wants to watch the implosion, so I just but yeah, this is great. Historic landmark. It's like all these historic buildings are coming down, right? In 2025. Last month was Nabisco. They finally finished, and this month is this one. I mean, it's a shame that they couldn't convert this into affordable housing or some sort of co-op or condo units, kind of like what they did in Brooklyn, right? In Brooklyn and Dumbo, the Watchtower, all those factories were turned into amazing apartment complexes, right? Could have done that there, and maybe there were ordinances that didn't allow them to do that, but this was just phenomenal to be part of an historic event and get front row seats, literally, like didn't need my VIP pass because I just got okay to go. So it's really cool. And what's great about flying in Mawa, so if you ever want to fly in Mawa, beautiful area, lots of landscapes and mountains and valleys and little places like this. So imagine the hotel not being here after they clear that rubble, this nice beautiful circular lake, which you see in the other video, but you have a lot of that in the Mawa area, but there's no drone ordinance. You're good to go as long as you follow all the rules from the part. If you have a Part 107 or whatever the FAA requires you to do as a recreational pilot. So knowing that and moving forward, that pretty much covers that experience. Just thought I'd share that with you. And now, Ken, welcome, Ken. Hey, Ken, let's say hello to Ken. Ken, good to see you. All right, let us begin. I'm just going to do a pop-out chat. Learned this one from Brian, one of our viewers. Brian just got a drone, so we won't see him until, I don't know. I think it's called Brian's Labs. That's his channel. Really cool channel. All right. Knowing that and moving forward, just going to close here. Now we're just going to go there and make sure we're not, the audio is off there. And then I'm just going to go back to the channel and we will answer your questions and troubleshoot live. Chase Momo uploaded Ghost Spook. Okay. Nildores 100. Let's see, Nildores. Whoops. Alright, just gotta wait for the ad to skip. Actually, we don't need to see that because we can just go straight to the comments. How to unbind drone from DJI account, remove drone from your DJI account. We just learned something new this week. So even though we have this video, Ken, one of our viewers / subscribers, bought a drone from eBay. So I guess back in the day, people had experience where if you bought a drone from eBay and it was bound to someone else's account, DJI would attempt to reach out to, let's say you, if it was your drone, and after the third or fourth attempt, they would unlock the drone for you. Well, that's not the case anymore. Ken bought a drone from eBay. Ken is here in the comments section. And reached out to DJI, and DJI asked him to send the drone back because the drone was bound to someone else, and they could not, they weren't going to unlock it. So he had to ask for his money back through the folks at eBay, which is a little bit of a bummer. Nintendo is doing the same thing with their Nintendo Switches, where they're no longer allowing users to override the PIN code and supply a new one and unlock it for you via chat. You actually have to call in and confirm yourself via email and chat too. But with DJI, they pretty much cut it dry, and you can't unbind the drone that you bought for, let's say Ken bought it for like $300 or something, and I bought it too. I guess, I don't know if they know what he paid for it, if that had anything to do with it. They were like, no, there's no way you're getting away with that. You got to pay full price, my friend. Or, it's just the new policy now, where they're not unlocking or / unbinding drones, which is a little bit of a bummer, because if he sends that drone back and they do replace it with a new one, or maybe I think he's sending it back to eBay, but let's say if you did send it back and they did want to send you a replacement one, the tariffs it's going to hit you. It's going to be expensive. That $300 drone is actually going to cost you $1,000. Knowing that moving forward, I'm not sure what these question marks here are, but it looks like it's a pretty straightforward video. Looks like they're having trouble unbinding or rebinding the account. What sort of issues are you having with the binding process? Hopefully, it's straightforward. If you want to sell your drone, you want to unbind it, or the seller will reach out to you, or they'll send it back. But in this case, a lot of people were getting third-party drones or buying the Amazon mystery box, hoping that they can flip them. Nope, the only thing you'll be flipping is your mind. You'll be driving yourself crazy. You'll be flipping out. All right, so knowing that, moving forward, that answers that question. All right, let's see what we have here. Oh, look, Ken commented. Ken said, Ken's mad. Ken, no response from the seller yet. The seller is in the USA. Wow, bummer. Wow, bummer. See, that's Ken. Ken had that experience. What did eBay say? I don't know what eBay says. Usually eBay, people have stars. They want to keep their reputation, right? Because if you give him 1 star, you can say, you can rate this seller, kind of like an Airbnb, rate your experience. Give him 1 star. Thank you for your hard work. Hello. And I can say, my pleasure. My pleasure. P-L-E-A-S-C. Pleasure. Great to be of service to you too. And that's why we make these videos. A lot of these videos are created from comments. People comment, how do I do this? How do I do that? And then, it's like, that's a great idea for a video. And then that's how, we've got over 1,000 videos. So we've been asked over 1,000 questions. And the recent video, if you want to peek, the recent video that was created was for John Pony 9808. So that's why the thank yous always outweigh the disappointment, because at the time the videos were made, they were made for, let's say the most recent one was for Johnny. So you might not have a similar experience to Johnny, but we cover everything, and that's why we're everything that glitches, because we cover the start to finish process, right? And that's why some of the videos are longer, because Johnny asks, how can you disarm an arm with this controller? So we were able to do that. We covered all the aspects that Johnny may have been experiencing. Of course, you might too, but this video was dedicated to Johnny, and that's why, again, it's long form content. But if you guys want to have a sneak peek, you probably do know, Ken does know how to use this, because Ken actually, we did a one-on-one too, so Ken reminisce on this video. But basically you guys can have a sneak peek too, because that video isn't going to launch until, I don't know, a week or two. I like to, pace out how they come out, but first come, first serve, so Johnny gets first dibs. All right, knowing that and moving forward, next question, and when we take the next call, please. Oh, wow, look at this one. Thanks from Cornelius Freaky. Thank you. We got a super thanks. Oh my God. We got a couple of £2. Sweet. Thanks. Got nuts with this failure message. How great to know how simple the solving is. Well, sort of. Not everyone has that same issue. There's more than one solution to that. And he got lucky. Like I got lucky. He got lucky. And the one below him got lucky, but it's not. Some people aren't having that issue with the gimbal experience, and thankfully it was me, because the UV protector puts extra weight on the gimbal, and you can't calibrate it with the extra weight on there. You have to remove the UV or ND filter, etc. But if you have a little rock or a pebble in there, that will throw off the sensors too, from dust buildup, whatever, fragment build up from whatever grime and grit that catches in there, clean it out. But again, it doesn't always work for everyone. But we have to give Cornelius Frickle shout out. So let's see what we have here. Thanks, Cornelius. Really appreciate the super chat. Shout out to you. Thanks again. I'm glad the video helped you, and hopefully other folks will have a similar experience, if not better. Knowing that and moving forward, just going to check there 20 minutes into the stream. So now when we do a shout out, we can say, hey, shout out to you. Maybe 19 minutes, right? Shout out to you. 20, not 20, maybe 19, right? 19 minutes into stream. Let's go here. Whoops, I shrunk the window by mistake. I'm going to press Command N. We'll just go here. How to Baloo. Back on the live stream. I'll go here. Cut that out. And there. And then thanks so much. Whoops. Much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. APPRECIATE. There we go. All right, let's see what we have here. We got someone else here. Jack in the shop. Damn, missed it. What did Jack say? Anybody see that? Retraction. Retracted. Damn it. Missed it. All right, it is what it is. Thank you, Jack. Who else retracted their messages the last time? I think it was Midnight Off-Road Runner came back. He visited. He moved. He was in the last live stream. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what we have here. Next question. See what we have here. Scroll down. I have recorded footage. Include record camera view. Point data is recorded. How can I remove all recorded text? Means camera view data. Basically, if you have recorded footage and you have the OSD, the text from the goggles, and you want to use that footage, you would have to refly your flight or use some sort of AI tool to remove the footage from there. But turn off subtitles before the flight, and you'll have 1080p footage from your goggles, which is just phenomenal. It's worthy, and you could use it unless they specifically ask for 4K. Then you got to go into your drone. But by default, the footage from the goggles is phenomenal. But if you don't want the text that's on there, you use the fly it again, but make sure you turn off the subtitles. Turn off subtitles, or I have a video that shows you how to do it. I sent them the link. Or fly the route again, or just take the footage. Don't waste your time doing it. Just hopefully you have an SD card inside of your drone. In this case, maybe most likely not. Then you have no space. But if you have an SD card in your drone, you have the space, and hopefully you will have recorded it. But either way, you might have to fly it again. Oh, let's see what we have here. Oh, Ken. No, but what about Jack in the shop? Oh, it was Ken who retracted. No, if you look up above, Jack in the shop retracted. Who's Jack in the shop? Let's check out Jack's channel. We always check out visitors' channels. Oh, look, Jack in the shop. Woodwork, metalwork, laser engraving. Really cool. We've done some laser engraving. So if you want to do some laser engraving, check out Jack in the shop's channel. That's some pretty serious laser engraving, though. Oh wow, oh my god, check this out. Engraving a Bible carved the other day. That's custom. That's phenomenal. Yeah, if you're craving Bibles, and look at the text, the scripture, wow, that is probably for a church or something, but yeah, this is hardcore. We just do beginner stuff. Oh, look, he got a 3D print your generated action figure. Oh, really cool. It looks a little bit like him. Look at that. Look at his hair. That's really cool. Nice. 3D. Yeah, so look, anyway, really cool stuff, Jack. I wonder what program he's using though. I'll have to check his stuff out later. All right. Knowing that and moving forward, thanks for stopping by, Jack. We're just gonna close this out. Next question. I hope Meshi does a better job with images of people than it does with objects. The results I got were horrible. And Liam said the same thing. Yeah, so one of our viewers said the same thing, that they were having issues with the chat GPT. Not everyone is having the same experience, and that's why we made another video, a part 2 using the Maker World. I'll leave a link to this in the description, so you could actually use the Maker World experience if you're having trouble with chat GPT, or the other program called Grot or Groot that Brian suggested to us, which is great. Brian, if you're watching, thank you for that. But yeah, so we got some solutions and troubleshooting techniques shared to us by viewers in real time, and then they just disappear into the shadows and we no longer see them again. Like Afex, we have 3D printing thanks to Afex. It was highly recommended from him. He even steered us into the right direction of what printer to get, in which we started off with the Ender 3 S1 Pro. Of course, we've done some laser engraving, but the laser engraver was actually sent to us by a company in exchange for some how-to videos. But then as things got better, our new and current viewers / subscribers steered us into the right direction of the newer series, like the Creality High and some similar ones. They showed me some other printers that were similar to this. I was like, oh, so that's what's happening with these, and I just sort of went into the direction of purchasing that particular one. Of course, we sold the Neo and some other stuff to get that printer. So a lot of the stuff we see on the channel comes from things we sell. So it's a wash, because the funds are low, right? All right, knowing that, moving forward, next question we have here. How do you adjust yaw and roll perimeters here? There was a way to do it back in the day for yaw and roll on your, you're not doing, you have the yaw, this is the pitch, right? That's going up and down, and the roll, right? And then you have the yaw. But those features are on FPV, right? Should make like a nice little song. Yaw, pitch, roll, right? So you have your yaw, see? It goes like this on the drum, and then the pitch, right? And then the roll. You adjust, but you can't really adjust the roll on a drone that you're flying for the Mavic 3 or Mavic whatever. But knowing that there are some parameters you can adjust in there, you just have to find them in your RC control. Third, knowing that moving forward, we get a lot of what do you call it? Mixed. This video I made for me because I was like, oh my god, I saw these 3D action figures of you, but it wasn't really you. It was like just this an image. I was like, oh my god, I want that. And I was like, wait, that's not, because who wouldn't want a real doll? I was like, oh, well, where do I order it from? And you couldn't order anything. It was just a image, a JPEG. I was like, what? And then I was like, how do you do that? And so I figured out how to do it, and I made a video. But as you can see, thanks for this video. I've just created 2 STL files. Now I just need a printer. So he had a good experience creating an STL file, but he's all the way abroad in Australia. A little bit of a bummer because, you know, I'd happily print him one of himself if he was on this continent. We could ship, because with tariffs, shipping is expensive. I remember we shipped something to Marker Bay, right? Marker Bay, we shipped one of the plaques that we have here. and it costs this little piece freaking 99 cents. I think it costs $25. $25 to ship it to London. And you know, can you imagine what it will cost to send the 3D printed figure of $50? So that we were not shipping internationally, but we do have contests. So if you do win during the contest, you will get an Amazon gift card for that amount being raffled. You know, for that whatever the device was worth. Like we have another video coming out next week, which is a how-to soldering tutorial. If someone wins it and they're on this continent, they will get it shipped. If someone wins it and they're on another continent, let's say if Markabay or whoever, someone in Australia, like this guy here, Brock's Travels, wins, we'll just send them an Amazon gift card for whatever the value of the prize is. But we would have another drawing, and hopefully someone else would win on this continent. All right, knowing that and moving forward, you know, that's pretty much, you know, a little bit of a bummer. But as you can see, we got people saying thanks looks like fun, I'll try it. And you have other people saying they've used it. So some people, oh wow, we have great tutorial, easy to follow because you sound a bit like Jeff Goldblum, calming and easy to follow. Thank you. My pleasure. Life will find a way. I get that a lot. I remember when I was in high school, there was this girl and she was like, you look like the guy from The Fly. I'm like, which part, before or after? Right? I'm like, I don't know. So it's like, so she's like, oh, you funny. And I'm like, oh no, I'm serious. You know, The Fly is a long movie. Yeah, but I still get that now. PLE, pleasure. Let's say life will find a way. I wonder if I press this one. Nope. This one. Oh, there we go. I forget which one is the emojis. I think it was control command spacebar. Yeah, control command spacebar does that. There we go. Life will find a way. Remember Jurassic Park? All right. See, so everyone's having a mixed experience. And it depends on what continent you're on. Seeing people abroad, meaning overseas, not abroad. You know, meaning the lady. Abroad, people overseas are having one experience, and people on different continents like this one are having a similar experience, which is a little weird. How the AI bots are working abroad, meaning overseas. You uploaded Mavic 4 Pro Leak, Shocks drone fans. So it's a nice drone, don't get me wrong, but it's really expensive, and it's going to be freaking more expensive with the tariffs. Can you imagine paying $8,000 for a drone? Nope, not me. I think folks might go back to, or be forced to go into the FPV world, where you build. We have a build your own drone series where we show you how to build your own drone, configure it from scratch, solder it, put the motors on, configure it, etc. They're beginner videos because, we work up to those videos. We do a lot of soldering videos for those who are new here, where we build things like this game. You know, learn to build a $20 game. Learn to solder on flight controller boards that are simulated boards that only cost $2 for a board like this, right? Because when you build up, when you reach the point where you're going to be building your own drone, those flight controllers are about 100. Flight controller alone is about $100, and your OSD unit, you know, and between the OSD, which is your camera, your goggles, you know, can run you almost $800 or whatever it is, and you only get one take. That's it. You fuck up on your soldering, you're done. So that's why we have these soldering tutorials so that you can level up, or go to those videos and see. But you get walked through the process and how to build your own drone, or how to solder. And again, we have another soldering video coming out next week, I believe. And we have a couple of chips that were sent to us. We have a chip that was sent to us from Happy Model folks. We have a couple more flight controllers from Beta FPV. So we will continue the build your own drone series. Maybe has more frames become readily available, because I want to try 3D printing one and just work it from there. Knowing that, moving forward, T Young 152 commented, improperly titled, DJI Assistant 2 is not working, and this video does not debug this experience. Rather, it just explains how to operate DJI Assistant 2. Not everyone has the same experience. When the thank yous outweigh the disappointment, we know the video was good. And as you can see here, other than the video having been good, because many folks had said thank you, one thing you have to take into consideration is that, I got 32,000 views. I didn't even know that. This video was made over 2 years ago. Now, you have a group of people that have to update like me. I have my Part 107. Having a Part 107, you must always run the current firmware for whatever your drone is. And knowing that, moving forward, there are people who don't believe in updating. And it looks like there are a lot of people out there who aren't updating because they just don't believe in it, and they're just running whatever firmware they are running on it. But their DJI Assistant 2 isn't working, because one of the issues with that is you have to have the latest version of their software, and they don't give push notifications for their desktop software, so that you're like, oh wow, there's an update. Nope, you're not going to know there's an update unless you go to the DJI website. So if I go to DJI Assistant for Consumer Drones, type that in, go here, and we can see the latest version here. Whoops, do you see? It's Mac V2135. And you're not going to know that unless you go there. There's no notifications whenever you launch the DJI Assistant for Consumer Drones. You have to launch yours. We'll go to open. Parade opens. See your application, consumer drones, because it is not responding. You get that a lot. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Like here. A little bit of a bummer. Well, speaking of the devil. Why that happens, I don't know. But let's see. If that doesn't work, there's a hack around it. Let's see. We'll go here. So mine isn't working. So one, which is a bad sign. So we'll go here. We'll go to applications. And it couldn't happen at a better time. There are two ways to do it, though. One is to go straight to the applications folder, because sometimes the shortcut doesn't work. So we'll do it from here. And as you can see, the shortcut's not working, but sometimes it'll be open in another window, as you just saw. And it's not, see, and there it is. So we have version 2.135, okay? And then you go to the website. I'll leave this open because I'll show you the other hack around it. 2.1.3, and that's the only way. Check it. Let's say if it's 2.236, then you know that's the latest version. So if it's not working, you do that. But as you saw, we had some trouble starting it up. We'll just quit it. And one other way to get it to work on the Mac, I'm not sure how you would do this on the PC, is you find the app, right click, show packages, go to contents, and then I believe you go to DJI app, not there. You go into, it's been a while since, Mac OS maybe? You click on Assistant, and then you see now it launches. Select any, forever, allow if you have a firewall, see, and then it opens, and then any, forever, allow. You know, again, it doesn't, there's no auto updates. It's not going to tell you if you're using the latest and greatest, because sometimes not having the latest and greatest doesn't mean you're good, you're hot stuff. Sometimes just don't work, it goes glitchy. I want one of those action figures of myself. Ken doesn't have a 3D printer. Watch the video, right, Ken? And after you've watched the video, you do have a computer. Send me the STL file, and the next time I see you, we will have a mini you. Yeah, And anyone else. There's a limit to how many I can do, but if you're on this continent, we will ship you one of you, as long as you're happy with the version of you. But we will limit, the amount of versions of you who get sent out. Knowing that, moving forward, let's go here. I have to go back to our right here. All right. Next question, please. May we take the next call, please? So we covered that, yaw, pitch, yaw, and roll. That would be cool, though, if you can do, but the only drone I could see you doing, like, pitches and rolls on, that maybe they can unlock and add it to the software, would be the flip, right? That's the closest thing you got to a Cinewhoop or whatever they call it. That could be, maybe they're waiting to unlock it. Our next one, moving forward, I can't seem to save file to put in Meshy. It won't convert to the file needed. Again, we created another version of this video for those who were having trouble, and I'll leave a link to this in the description. Let's go here, because there is a part 2 where you're actually, I think I left it in here earlier. Watch. Here, I'll just do this. For those of you who are interested and that video is not working, we actually did a live troubleshooting, okay? So the live troubleshooting is here on this one, because you're using a different platform other than Meshy. Let me just scrub through here so we can see. So we're using Maker World, okay? So there's more than one ways to skin a cat, and we found another solution, but as you can see, most people are using the version 1. And there's actually a third one. There's a third video somewhere out there on the channel. So look for the third one, part 2. So we'll put this here so that folks, part 2 is I like part 2 better, even though it hasn't gotten more views than the other one, but I like that solution because the Maker World solution actually, or the Chat GPT, I kept saying Chat GTP, but it's Chat GPT, like ET Bono, PT. So yeah, so as you can see here, it does make you look more like an action figure-ish, which is cool. And it's hit or miss. But I think Chat GPT only gives you a certain amount of tries, and after a certain amount of tries, like, sorry, come back tomorrow and try again. You've run out of attempts for your searches or whatever you wanted to Chat GPT to do. Like, damn it. The trick around that is to create a new Gmail account, or maybe you have more than one Gmail account, and just log back in, and then voila, you're good to go on many of these platforms, which is cool that they give you so-called unlimited. Let me see. I can see here. See, it makes the Maker World gives you more of that experience that will allow you to look more like a doll. But again, depending on what continent you're on, apparently the AI experience is not streamlined across the board. But knowing that moving forward, just find one that works for you. And again, create a new Gmail account, and then you have unlimited amounts of versions of you that you can print out, send to your friends, or just create. But again, I felt cheated. I felt deceived when I saw these things, and I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. I want one. I want to order one and put it right over there. And I was like, what? That's not real. I was fooled. I was faked. I was deceived. Damn you, internet. All right, so knowing that, moving forward. Next question. Improper. So we tried to Taio Young 152, again, it's an older video, still working for many others, but not for them. But there's a way around it, and I think I steered him into the right direction, provided him a link. And thanks to Tai Young, again, that's how a lot of these videos are made. Someone asked a question, we were able to answer it and create an even better video. So we always see all the comments has an opportunity, good, bad, and ugly, to make new videos, kind of like Sean Gatz does with his stuff. He turns the trolls into, uh, you know, working content, and that's how you see it. If you see or your comments has an opportunity to create something, then you're fine. Some people, YouTubers, lose sleep over like, oh my god, I can't believe he said that. Can you believe what he said? Yo, did you see that comment? Like, who cares? Just see it as an, just do what you need to do to see it as an opportunity. And so, knowing that moving forward, we were able to take his comment and turn it into a short. So now we have a new short. Thanks to them. Wow, when was that? Must have been. Hopefully, I loaded it. It should have been loaded. Let's see. Mastering drone landings. Mastering. Interesting. Let's search here. Search Unbind. I should have been in there on. I created a new. Oh, here it is. DJ. So I made it into a short, which is really cool. How to unbind drone from account. So we got a couple of shorts out of that. Aside from the shorts I have on, I believe this is it. Yeah, we turned it into a short, and that's kind of neat. A little disappointing, I feel, on that end. The only discontentment I have about that, I was like, oh my god. I was able to do it in under a minute. Oh, there it is. Oh, this one's that one. That's that one. But there's another one. Let me check his comment, because I usually reply back and leave it in the link like I did for Johnny. In case Johnny who left a comment about another video. Let's go back here, right? And scroll here. Let's see, here we go. No. Y'all pitch and roll. And here we go. Let's check it out. There should be something in the comments for him. Did it? Unless it didn't load. Unless it's scheduled to go out. Let's see. Replies. Oh yeah, there is one. I wonder why I couldn't find it. See, we got a little short. Oh, it wasn't a short. Oh, okay. So it's actual video. Cool. See? Let's see. When was this one? Oh, wow. It got 608 views. See? See, it has an opportunity. All comments are an opportunity to get more views. But I made a short out of it. That's the only thing that's boggling me. Because we made a short dedicated to them. Interesting. Oh, no wonder why I can't find the link. Let's see. Shake. Anyway, there's a short somewhere. Now I have to find it. I'll do it after the video because I don't want to spend time looking for something when we're supposed to be entertaining you. All right, so now I gotta find that video. It could be unlisted or something, or scheduled to go out. We have a lot of videos scheduled to go out. I just got an Ender 3V. Oh, that's the one that folks were steering me into. So some of our viewers / subscribers were saying, hey, get the Ender 3V, which was similar to the one I have. I'm a big fan of the Ender. The best thing about the Ender is, wow, the price dropped too. A lot of the newer printers, like the Creality High, so there's another version of the Ender that looks similar to the Creality High. I think it's a KV. I don't know, whatever it is. They're hands off. Like, you no longer need an engineering degree to tweak your printer. The hands off means that you plug it in, it works. If it don't work, call support, and they'll put in a ticket, have you do a couple of things. If that doesn't create an experience that's just right for you, they ship you a new one. But back in the day, you had to it was a nightmare. It still is a nightmare because I have the Ender 3S1 Pro. Sometimes when it doesn't work, you have to tweak it, level it, bed it, use the what do they call it? The Allen key to get, certain parts and components a certain way. I have so many parts for part kits for it, which is great, but when it works, it works. But a lot of the older printers are just great because they just work. They work the way the newer printers do, but behind the scenes troubleshooting that it takes to create that experience is a little bit different. Whereas now everything's pretty much done by AI. You plug your printer in, it checks everything. Shit don't work, turn it off, turn it on again. That's pretty much the way 3D printers have come. They've come a long way. You are spending probably more time waiting waiting for the shit to self-calibrate to create that experience. But other than that, I kind of miss that tweaking, that hands-on experience opposed to the hands-off. You're like, oh, I'm just gonna print something. Oh, I'm just gonna print something. And that's pretty much how it is. The only troubleshooting is configuring your STL file. The STL file is your 3D file. That's the only thing. And then even that's going into freaking AI. So soon you'll just be like, that's it. I'm done. Gotta reply to that comment. My pleasure. Glad this was able to help you. And there's more than one slicer. In the beginning I was using Cura. Still love it, but then I just went into the direction of the Creality slicer, and not by choice. I was forced into it because the printer's hands-off doesn't integrate well with the other software that I was using, which was the Bamboo. And so I was forced to learn the Creality slicer, and it's not bad. It grew on me, but it was a learning curve, uphill battle, because when you know what you know from what you were using before, you're sort of like, it's hard to pivot into the direction of like the slicer they want you to use. They don't want you using any other slicer, which is because it's a closed system. Closed just means it's proprietary to the software it's dedicated and written for, which is a bummer. I miss the days of the open hands-on. All right, next one. At the 7-minute mark, when you were trying to upload, it was glitching. Indeed it was. You opened the prompt to upload a 3D file, and then it worked. You chose the side to upload the image. Yes, so it's glitchy experience. That's why we're everything that glitches, and we don't cut everything out. Some of the videos are longer because when you see that 5-minute video, it's like, oh, that's so cool. I want to try that. And then you try it, and you're like, what? That didn't work. So if you want to have that same experience and find out what didn't work during the process, this channel is for you. If you want that 5-minute video that shows like, ooh, wow, I want that. No, it's not going to happen here, because we'll cover everything to the process that actually made it streamlined, but it wasn't as streamlined as you saw, like when we were doing, it took like freaking 10 attempts to get the DJI tracking feature to work, which is another story. But knowing that, moving forward with the AI feature that was used to create an SD version of View, there were hiccups along the way, and we included that. And the drag and drop feature sometimes does work, or sort of the other way around. It's just side load and upload it. And then, yeah, totally bit of a bummer that it doesn't work on first attempt. Yeah, it is, but it's in its infancy stages. Down the line, this video may not be as successful as the others because it'll be obsolete. They'll have different platforms. The process will be streamlined where it's a 1-step instead of freaking 10 steps. All that might be built into ChatGTP type app AI. Everything's AI. Don't get me wrong, AI is phenomenal. It's great. It's convenient. It's like, wow, but it's gonna it'll take away a lot of jobs when you think about it. Everything you could used to do in Photoshop, you used to do in Illustrator. You can ask it to write me the CSS, right, for a div menu. I wonder if you can do that. Let's see. Chat GPT. All right, so let's see. I wonder if we can. Let's say, write me the CSS for a drop menu on a website. Whoops, that does not say website. Website. Let's see if it does that. What? Holy shit. Wow, it even gives you the it gives you everything. Wow, it gives you the CSS and the freaking whole menu thing. I wonder if that works. Let's see if that works. Let's go here, copy the code, go here. Go to new file. Where's my new file? Oh wow, holy shit, it gives you all the CSS. All right, let's see what we have here. Go here. It should have been in Sublime Text. Should have given us a new one. What? Oh, it's in this window. All right, so here is our HTML. All right, and then I believe it is, I forget, I'll have to copy the code from another one. It's been so long. Desktop. Maybe we'll just put it in the other file. There's our CSS. Whoops. Go here. Call back. Whoops. Style sheet NC in HTML file. Yeah, this will have it in there. What? I hate when that happens. It's so weird. It's been happening a lot. I may have to clean out my machine. Oh, there we go. H1 header. Oh, there it is. Okay, so that's the only thing it didn't give us. You could always include this in your HTML instead of doing a callback link, but we'll just put it all in there. They usually say the CSS has to go in the top, right? And there that is, except it's not active. So to activate, let's activate the CSS. Oh yeah, I knew it was that. I just forgot. Go here, put that there, and then go here, copy that. Oh, well, let's you copy it from here, and then go here, and then put that in. See, it's not active, so instead of plain text, I believe we should put it as, where's HTML. There we go. And then now we go here. Save as, let's do index, index. No one's coding anymore, so it's like everything's like probably WordPress or something, or some other CMS system. It's like, I remember I built the website and one time, and I showed it to my friends. Look, check this out. Isn't this so cool? Where did it go? He's like, look, and he's like, how'd you do that? I'm like, I coded it myself. He's like, and he looks at me like a chicken with its head cut off, and he's like, why? I'm like, I thought he'd be impressed, thinking like, oh my god, that's so cool. Nope. He's like, why? Save it to the desktop. I'll have to go in there and clean that out later, get it out of the HD drive. And then now if we open it, let's drop it into Chrome. Oh wow, check it out, we got a little menu button. And then you just need links. Let's see if we change the color. Where are we? Where is it? Make it drop down, block, button. So it is drop down, it is dry. I hate when this happens. I can't. Color. Oh, there we go. It's not blue. It's like code. Let's try red. Let's try dark red. And then save it. And then refresh. What? Lost the color. Let's see. Go back here. Undo. And then save it. And refresh. See? There's no link stuff. I wonder why the color doesn't change. Anyway, you get the idea. Anyway, it's probably like RGB or something like that. So you just have to figure out whatever. Maybe let's try green. Green, yellow. Let that auto populate. Put that in there. Nope, it's not taking the color. Maybe we put important. Anyway, you get the idea. It probably needs background color. Let's try. Hold on. And yellow. Important. Let's try that. Save it. Refresh. It's not working. Oh, there we go. That's so weird. There's probably something else in the CSS. Let's try. Ah, that's for background, right? Padding, white. Let's try red. Dark red. Save it. Oh, that's for that. So apparently for this one, it's color coded by number, paint by number. It's a little bit of a bummer. Then you just have to find that color in the code and then put that in. Anyway, you get the idea. So ChatGPT will do anything for you, right? It's like this is the way things are headed. That's where things are going. So it's a little bit of a bummer. But knowing that and moving forward, as you can see here, back to where we were. All right, knowing that, moving forward, he could do commercials without saying who he was, and people would think it was Goldblum endorsing the product. I see at apartments.com, right? I see him. Doesn't he do that? That apartments.com commercial. I don't know what he's doing now because I don't follow him. I think the last movie I saw him in was Disappointment. Thor. I don't know. I didn't like that Thor with when he was in it. I was like, what? Thor, not Thor. The Marvels has turned into like Disney. Remember when they did? It kind of reminded me when they did Jaja from the Star Wars. Like, well, what's going on? This is not Star Wars anymore. Anyway, knowing that, moving forward, let's see. Oh, let's reply back to him and be like, here. It's not letting us, so we'll just scroll down. Oh, maybe they remove. Oh, let's see. Life will find a way. Remember Jurassic Park? And that was like Control Command Spacebar, and then we go. All right. You look like the guy from The Fly. The beginning or the end? Like that was a lot. I was like, I remember I used to get that a lot, but or I used to get that and the Karate Kid. I don't know. I don't see it. Oh my God! Look, it's the Karate Kid. Nah, I couldn't believe that they had. My wife loves that series. I could not believe that they made a new Cobra Kai. I was like, what? Like, it was over. It was done. But somehow it's like, it's the last episode. I only saw one episode. So I was like, come watch, you'll love it. So I was like, no, I just couldn't. I was like, I was done with it after, they started making versions with Will Smith, Jaden Smith, whatever it is. But she's like, come watch. The one episode I saw was where in the end all the kids are fighting in high school, and then one falls down the stairs or something. I don't and that's where like it ends. I was like, what? I mean, the after shit would not happen in school, but I don't know. It's just not my thing. The Karate Kid. Oh my God, it's the Karate Kid. Yeah, so we answered that question. Meshi is a little glitchy. Meshi, you know, that's the AI app to create your stuff. I just got Ender 3V. Looking forward to learning. That's great. Because if you have the Ender 3V, I have a full Creality, not Creality, what do they call it? I have a bunch of slicing videos. I have another video coming out using the Creality slicer. We have a lot of videos that show you how to get started via 3D printing, and you do not have to use, they will work with any slicer. So even though I started doing stuff in Cura recently, you can still create that experience with 95% of your printers using the Cura slicer or the Creality slicer. You just have to make sure that you have your slicers selected in the slicing software, and otherwise you're good to go, because most people don't have a multicolor printer, and I probably wouldn't have one if I didn't sell my Neo and some other stuff to get it. All right, so knowing that and moving forward, at 7-minute mark, I believe we're almost done. Sort of. There's still one more area in the comments section that we need to check. You, sir, are Jeff Glomblum's son. How about Fly app? I think we were. Oh, that's it. I think we did that. That's where things left off from last week. So now we will go back here. 1 second. I'm just gonna go back. I can't see from over there. And go over here. YouTube Studio. Because there's one more section we have to check for comments, because apparently YouTube glitches out and does not allow us to view additional comments unless we go into the community. And in case you're wondering, so now we have to go into the community, which is right here. See? Oh, nice. Nothing new in the community. I mean, not really nice, but, you know, nice in a sense where we can cut the show a little bit shorter. Those supports are creepy. Yeah, some of those supports are creepy. Some of them remind me of like something from a horror movie. Careful saying cat GTP into chat GPT, because I kept saying chat GTP instead of chat GPT. It's all new to me. I've never used it before, because I was just always old school. I would create stuff by using the apps, not AI. So that's pretty much it there. Look out for that video. iPhone 11 was not send Gmail. Okay, yeah, I think we're done here. We'll like that. We'll like that. We'll like that. And then we'll like that. Yeah, so look out for the latest soldering video that's going to be coming out, because there's an Easter egg in there, and you might have a chance of winning that soldering iron. This one right here. I'll show you. And we'll probably have another giveaway, but it'll be on this continent. I'll show you what those are in a second. Here it is right here. So again, it's in our next soldering video coming out. This is an amazing. I was on the search for holy grails of soldering iron. As you can see, I have one right here, and it is phenomenal. It is the next, because it doesn't take up space. It works really well. It's like magic if you're new to soldering. And a lot of guys use that in FPV because they can bring it with them when they are on the go. Let's see. Still in its packaging. I don't know if this is black and white, but it's actually the same color as the other one. And it's great if you want to get started into soldering. Let's see what we have here. There it is. Brand new. See? Ready to be used. The only thing that's different is the tip, because by default, this is the tip that you get, which is fine. It works. But you'll probably want to upgrade into a much finer tip once you get into your flight controller experience, because It's just pointier and thinner and easier to reach those hard to places where you'll only get one take. And then it can be done on here because I built my, if you saw, we built a couple of drones using the original stock tip. Okay, knowing that and moving forward, again, look out for that video because you won't be eligible, and we'll know if you watched it by the comment that you leave, because again, there's an Easter egg in there. Easter egg, and it's not even Easter. But yeah, so we have other videos coming out. I think the next video for soldering, no contest. It'll be a giveaway probably on this continent. But I'll have to announce the giveaway in another video because I have to make a video for the product that was sent to me. But I'm happy with everything I have here. Sometimes folks will send us product and we just have to make a video for it. But what they sent us is a monstrosity, and I don't think I could use it because although some of you guys say, hey, you should get a fan, I'm happy. I don't need a fan, but I'll show you what they sent us. Hold on. Doors and closed. So this is from Aurora. Well, as a YouTuber, when you get many subscribers, whether it's 1,000, I think 1,000 or 1,500, companies will start reaching out to you and be like, hey, can you make, I have a wonderful product for you. Sometimes some of the shit you wouldn't be caught dead in, which is really like, I got one for coffee cups. I'm like, what do I need coffee cups for? It'll be great for your business. Like, I'm on YouTube. I'm at home. I don't need 1,000 coffee cups. Here, I'll show you. And then you get other legitimate stuff like this thing right here. This is just phenomenal. This I'm gonna keep and I'm using, so you can see, helping hands. Like, look at that, for your flight controller. And then let's see what else I get so many different offers, and I just sort of cherry pick which ones will be ideal for the channel. All right, so payment, and so they will offer you money here, but I'm like, nah, no, I'm not. Here, like, payment confirmation and future calibration, how to by loop with everything that glitches. And it says, hope this email makes you feel good. I feel good. Thank you. Just knowing your emails there, I hope makes you feel good. Usually they'll send you an introduction. I hope this email finds you well. I'm like, what? I didn't know it was meant to be found. All right, so then you say, free trial of our product, the coffee cup. I'm like, what? What am I going to do with all that? I could be like that guy. You know what I could do? There's this guy, he makes these videos. Oh, here, look, I'll show you. There's this guy, he makes these videos with these cups, and they fall apart backwards or something. Like, a guy making videos with cups falling down. I could do something like that. Bound backwards, I think. And hopefully it comes up. It's really, and then if we go to videos. Dun, dun. No, not him. He does have glasses though. Backwards guy, cups video. Maybe backwards guy. B-A-C-K. Backwards. Cups falling down. And then go to videos. Let's go to YouTube. Probably have better luck in there. And go here. Oh yeah, there. So, is this it? I think his format was shorts though. Oh yeah, maybe this is it. I could do something like that. No, that's not it. Anyway, there's a guy that does a whole bunch of these videos with cups, and then he's like, you know, like a minute. Oh, wow, there's the video from today. That's the implosion. Interesting. So look, I'm in YouTube, and never thought I'd find myself on YouTube. Oh, there he is. No, that's not him. Anyway, he's on there somewhere. Some guy, and that's all he does with the cups is like making these towers and then falling down to music. I'm like, what am I gonna do with all those cups? I could be like that guy, like doing. Anyway, so you get offers like that, and then you get offers like this, and then offers like that. Definitely not that. Oh, Aurora. So I got this offer, and then apparently, hi Lewis, thank you for your response. We're thrilled to continue working with you. We'll ship both helping hands and fume extractor to your address. Your video ideas sounds fantastic. The unboxing tutorials go to .com. Stay tuned for updates as always. No, but they didn't like that idea. They said unboxing. Oh, so combo demonstrations will be incredibly valuable for DIYers. So they want a combo video, which is which is fine. It's just a little challenging with the space, because as you can see, I don't have a lot of space here. And this is what they sent me. So they want a combo video using all this stuff. So we have the fan, right? Which is pretty cool. I've been soldering forever. I don't know. I don't think I need a fan, especially since I'm YouTubing. I wonder how loud it is, right? Let's see. How loud is it? Oh, well, I have some power from here. I might be able to. Oh, man. It's one of those. At least it comes with filters, right? So there's that. It's a little big, it's a little heavy, but remember, it's a fan. It's supposed to suck everything so that you're not breathing in fumes while you're soldering, if that makes any sense. But I wonder... Oh, no, you can't. Bummer. I was like, I wonder if it has a USB charger. But it doesn't. This will go... So I'll have to do a demo. And I do have another solder. We're going to probably... fix the radio. Take something apart from the radio, a solder mount component, and use the heat gun to remove a chip. A solder mounted. Well, where does this thing go? Oh, bummer. Well, good thing I'm not doing this video as of yet. Usually I do all my unboxings raw, but the plug is right here. That's so weird. No, look, the plug is in the front. You plug it in the front, and then plug it. That's is that right? That's like, why would you do that? That's like my air popper. There's no on-off switch. Like, why would you make a freaking air popper without an on-off? Here, I can understand the on-off switch being in the front. That's cool, but I plug it in there. And then I have the cord, because you're going to want to run it from the back, right? I guess I'll know when I turn it on. Let's see. I wonder if it's loud. So I have to do a combo for the DIYers. But then I'll probably do an unboxing for each one too, because not everyone, especially in this economy, not everybody has a budget to buy a combo kit, right? People, like for me, everything you see here looks like, wow, he's got a lot of stuff. I piecemealed everything. I'd be like, oh yeah, if you go back in the day, right? This was the room before. Hold on, I'll show you. We go back to the channel. We can go here, and then we can go, or I'll show you. I know which video it is. Go type in permit. when you needed a permit to fly your drone. Let's see if we can extract that. There it is. Oh, I look pretty good there. And we'll go here, let it scrub, skip the ad. See, there's the room. It's empty. The lighting's pretty good though. I don't even know what light I was using then, but yeah, it looked kind of good. But as you see, you know, not everybody has the budget to buy all this stuff all at once, right? You know, well, I'm grateful for the stuff having been sent to me, but they want me to promote it as a combo. Meanwhile, it's a la carte. You know, knowing that, so that's why I'll do one video with the fan, one video with the hands, and then a combo video. Most likely they want the combo video first, so there'll be a combo first, and then vice versa. But as you can see, you know, a little bit at a time. And look, now I have a box. I can put it in the back, add it to the props. A box for your props. But I wonder if this is loud. That's key for me. For me, that's going to be a deal breaker, because if it is oh wait, I think I do have an adapter. DC, hold on, I think, I'm not sure. Let's see how many volts this baby takes. I know I have it somewhere. Let's see. 20 Cs, 110 volts. Voltage is 110, which is fine. But it doesn't say. It'll probably say it on the charger. AC 100 to 240. 12 votes. Yeah, we can do that from here. I want to see how loud it is. Let's wrap this up. Bust out the now I have to find the cup that has everything in it. My wires that I use for my other thingy. We'll do this. Usually I don't, all my unboxing videos are done in real time, except this one. I'll have to wrap it up and be like, hey, welcome back, guys. Look what we, because I like for it to be a surprise, so you can see my reaction. You know, there's no acting involved, so that it's my first impression. You know, because you want to see, you ordered something, you know, and you want to know if you got your money's worth. And that's why we're everything that glitches, because I'll share that experience with you. Because it's worth your while. So I'm gonna be acting, and then I get to act. I get to be like Jeff Goldblum and be like, "Hi there, welcome back, guys. And we have for you here this little thingy that's supposed to, you know, what do they call it? Suck out your flux from your soldering experience, if that's right." Anyway, let me find that cup. There it is down there. I think so. Yeah, they don't need me. They've got AI. Unless Jeff Goldblum goes Broadway and they need an understudy. The last Broadway I saw, though, was, I think it was hilarious. The Book of Mormon. It was just phenomenal. See, I can't even use this unless I did it upside down. So plug this in, but you got to make sure your voltage is set correctly, though, because you don't want to blow your shit up. All right, so it said 12 votes. 12 votes. Let's see, turn it on. Oh, nice. It's already at 12 by default. It goes up to 24. I think I blew something up the last time. I think we blew up one of the clocks by applying too much power. Oh, so this is the back. All right, so that's good to know. It's blowing in my face, which means that this is the back. so it's sucking it out. So if you have bad breath, it's my superpower. I was kidding, but so this is cool. It can go. I'll have to rearrange everything. A little bit of a bummer. But this would be here. Oh wow, against the wall. But I wonder how much. I'll be over there. I'll have to reorganize everything. And most likely you want to plug it. Oh yeah, it is kind of loud. Most likely you want to plug it in. I might try it a couple. Oh, I'll try it a couple of times. Let me see something and see if I like it. I mean, I like things quiet in my videos. Let's see if I want to record. I'll test it out later and see how it sounds. So this mic, I use that mic. I have my DJI mic. That'll be here. Problem with that is that this is a sound boom mic. This mic picks up everything. It's like a what do they call it? Audio interface mic, like an M audio, but everything is built into the Tascam Porta Capture 8. It was a little loud. I might have to do a AI extraction. I have to see how that works. But this is not bad. A lot of folks that watch my soldering videos do tell you, hey, you need to get a fan. You're gonna, poison yourself or something. I don't know. I'm fine. And I don't know. You see some people who smoke all their lives, right? 8 packs a day, and they live until they're like 95. Then you got somebody like me who exercises, fit, fun, and then breathing fumes and life expectancy 60, 55. Just weird. It's just luck. So I'll put that back in later. It's just a little loud, and then we have, of course, the helping hands, which are humongous, and as you can see, the fume extractor, I don't know. I'll do it for the video, but I'll probably have a giveaway on that. The helping hands, I don't know why when I click the helping hands, I get these socks. It reminds me of that freaking Spider-Man where the guy has many arms. So they sent this. It's expensive too. They sent it for free. It's nice when you have a YouTube collaboration, because some of the stuff I keep, like the laser engraver and other stuff, like I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with that? Make a nice video. I put hard work and dedication into the video, so I will represent the product as if it's something, but you won't get any BS from me. Like I'll tell you, I'm not going to upsell this to you, but ideally, I could see someone like this guy. So let's say if someone who watches my channel, whoops, I hit the wrong button. Remove layer. If somebody, I press Command N in the wrong window. If someone like this guy, PlayStation repair guy YouTube channel. There he is. I forget his name though. Let's see. Tronics Fix. If someone like him is on my channel, not so popular, but does soldering stuff like this, I'd recommend that for them. These things I'm on the fence with. These little holders for your chip thingy. I got spoiled because they sent me this, but this meets my needs, right? This works well for me, and they sent me that, and I love it. I don't have the space for all that. Like, where am I gonna put that? So this one is definitely gonna be a giveaway. I'm not even on the fence with that. This thing's really cool because if you have a heat gun, anyway, you'll see the video. The video will come out, and this is just to give you an idea. Knowing that moving forward, this has got so many. It's like, you make me want to have 3 hands. Remember Total Recall? All right, so then we have there. So let's close out. We're done. We're going to end this video with the flight in the simulator in liftoff. That should be really cool. Let me just put that back. I responded back to Aurora. I promised her a video next week, which is great. I'm glad that she wants a combo video, because sometimes it's taxing when you have to make 3 or 4 videos related to a product when you offered it to them and they're like, that's nice, but we want a combo. And I'm like, great. That means next week I'll be that busy dedicating to you. I can work on other stuff. So knowing that, moving forward, it's amazing how you can use ChatGTP to make a website. And close that out, and then we'll close this out. Oh yeah, I guess now I'll close that out later this way, and then do that. And now we will end this in the sim. And you want to practice your FPV, work your craft once a week. Nothing beats flying in the real world, but when you fly in the simulator once or twice or once, a couple of times a month, you step up your game, and it's easier when you're flying outside to recover, easier to understand situations better. But again, nothing beats flying in the real world, but you're that much more ready and prepared to make the jump/leap. Knowing that, moving forward, let's launch here. Yeah, I'll have to move a lot of stuff off here for that one video, but that's okay. I could put it back, Remember that. You could put it back. You could put everything back. If someone sends you something to make a video, or you want to move stuff to make your own videos. And eventually, as you saw, the room started out empty, now I'm like, I feel boxed in. Let's see, we'll do liftoff. There's a new level on liftoff, which is really cool. I've played for 113 hours. Would you recommend? Yeah, I'd recommend it. Love it. It's a love-hate relationship with this app right now. I love it because I want to play, and they give me a freaking survey. No, but actually what happens is right now I love it because, oh man, an update, but we're hardwired, so we'll be okay. One time after an update, shit didn't work. I couldn't fly until Market Bay chimed in, and he's like, yo, try this. And we tried it, and we were able to fly regularly the way I was, by changing the camera pitch. By default, for 2 years, you were able to fly and lift off without adjusting your camera pitch. And then one day, after the update, the DJI drone wasn't working. And sometimes it's glitchy. It would fly like a bat out of hell, even with your pitch put in the correct angle. And then I made a video that was called Liftoff Not Working After the Update. And then I sent it to the owner of the company, who was apparently on the Facebook forum. And I didn't realize that the Facebook group was actually created by Liftoff. I thought the Facebook group for Liftoff was created by fanboys, but no, it's actually them. And then so the president of the company was like, oh, that's interesting. It shouldn't be like that. We will look into it. And I was like, what? I was like, oh, I didn't know that it was you. And then, which is a bummer. So again, it's a love-hate because sometimes this works, and sometimes when it works, it's great. You can just fly in here. And hopefully it works. There was an update recently. They added another level, and the level works. And the way to know is to know how to fly. The problem is that if you don't know how to fly and you use liftoff for the first time, your first experience could be your last, because you'll be like, this shit don't work, I can't fly in it. See, my best time for 3 laps is 4:39, but don't be intimidated by that, because it took over many hours, and the first time it would take me an hour to do 1 lap, and now I can do 3 laps in under 4 minutes. So it just takes time and practice, and then you'll get there. Knowing that, I'm just gonna lower this. I think it's, I wonder what it's at. Whoops. What? No. Display port, no signal. There we go. I meant to lower the volume. Now I gotta wait for this to reset. Hold on. There we are. It's a little loud, but you need the sound. I had to disable music for copyright issues, but I also had to leave the sound with the propellers, because when you can hear it, you can feel the throttle, feel the burn, and just it creates for a better flight experience that works just right for you. Otherwise, you can't. Oh, I forgot to adjust the camera pitch. But when you should be able to do this without. Before, I couldn't. Before, you had to adjust the pitch before you started flying in here. Now, you can pretty much start at and fly. But the lower the pitch, the slower the drone, the more control you'll have as a beginner / new guy. But by default, I would say this is comparable to the Neo and Avata, or even the Pavo Pico series, but most likely Neo / Avata. You do a dive. Practice doing your dives in the simulator with your recoveries, right? Whoops. Because you will. And then you can do it in the real world. See? It works. Before, you couldn't do this. This is after the update. The new update is phenomenal. You don't. I'll show you once I do 1 lap. You don't have to adjust the camera pitch. And again, but this is also flying the route for the first time. Fly it slow. Practice. And we got 1. See, 143. A little slow, but I'll show you. Whoops. Let's land it on the roof. And so what'll happen is, whoops, your camera pitch by default, see, it's at 20. Before, it used to be at 30, and you had to lower it. But now, you could start it at the default, and 9's good for the new guy. So if you're new, I'd recommend putting it in 9, and then you'll get, it'll travel a little bit slower, and you'll have more control over it. You see how I don't have to go fast on the turn. You can just, do it like that, and then this part's tricky, but since we changed the pitch, see, I'm no longer flying in bullet time, like Quicksilver, flying like a bat out of hell. And if you miss it, just go around. See, those guys are already on their like 5th lap. Don't throttle it too much, because if you throttle too much, the drone will, like if I can't make it, I'll just go here, go that way, use the runway, run the straightaway. See, and then just do it like that. If you can't do it the other way, just go around, and don't feel pressured by the clock. Because you're doing it in the beginning for the checkpoints to work your craft. Because if you don't do race mode, you're just wandering around aimlessly trying to fly. But if you have a set destination goal, which would be the checkpoints, like let's say, oh no, I want to try and get that. Oh no, I want to try and get that. You missed it. That's okay. Go back around. It's like, maybe I can get it this way. Oh no, maybe I can get it. Nope, missed it. But remember, in the beginning, you're not doing it for time. You're doing it to work your craft. Okay? So work your craft. Oh no, I got it. I got it. And like, woohoo. I got it. And then let's say I want to do a dive. Oh yeah, I want to do a dive. But you don't have to do dives until later. Until you actually do work your craft. I'm like, I want to get that. I want to get that. And you get nervous. And you're like, oh no. And then you're like, all right, let me try it again. And just do it. You know, do it till you get it. Again, don't worry about beating the clock. Because remember, it took me an hour the first time. Like, oh no, I got it. Whoa. And then like, oh no, there's the puddle. I think if you hit the water, the drone will crash. But meaning like you have to start over again. So try to avoid the water. Okay, let me try it again. I think I got it. I think I got it. Again, it took me like a freaking hour to do the first time. Like, yeah, I got it. And then here you'll probably do something like this. Oh no, keep it steady, keep it steady. Oh no, oh no, oh no, I missed it. The only thing I can't do is those flips like that, where they flip and go in. I'll work on it, but that's not me. You know your style. If you're not a freestyler, you know, but if you aspire to be one, you will be one. For me, it's not me. I'll try it in the sim, but in the real world, I want to fly like, you know, like this, just flying in the park and going through stuff, or maybe in the building. There are some simulators that you can fly in the buildings, but I just like flying like this. The only thing, this doesn't happen in the real world. Well, maybe if you went too far, you might lose signal, but see, then it starts over. And that's it. Anyway, kind of neat, huh? Gotta love it. Hope this video helped you. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. Or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. The show's over. We couldn't do Friday night flights because it was raining. But knowing that, moving forward, hopefully the weather is nice next weekend. Next Friday, because then we can do a flight, Friday night flights, where we fly the drone through town and see how it goes. I might do the Avata too with the tactical kit. And again, that's really cool. Especially since my kids are almost done with school and I can use them as a spotter to follow it if they decide to stay up late. So just quit here, quit that, and go back to YouTube, and that's it, finito. I'm just going to close that out, close Steam out. Just want to close out some of my bandwidth, and I want to test something before I go and say goodbye. I remember when I first started the YouTube channel, I would have the Good Night, Sweetheart song played by the Platters. You're like, do 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 do, good night, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. And that would be playing in the background. And I thought it was cool. I was like, oh wow, it's so cool. I get to have my own radio station and play a song in the end. And then I got these notices from YouTube. Copyright, sorry. The video cannot be played in certain regions of the world because of copyright issues. I'm like, why? Well, what happened? What did I do? And I was just playing music in the background. I was being like Mr. DJ and, you know, having a goodbye song. Nope. You learn the hard way. You know, I have videos that show people how to avoid that. But I didn't know, right? What am I supposed to know? I was just having fun. Let's see what we have here. Let that play. And then hopefully it'll scrub through. And then we have 5215. Let's skip the ad. And let's see what that goes. And you learn the hard way. I have videos that show people how to avoid that. But I didn't know. Nice. My lips match the sound of my voice. The only one watching. Some people stop in and say hi. We had some people stop in. That's all that matters. It'll catch up over time, or maybe it won't. But you decide. That's pretty much it. Yeah, so sometimes when you plug in too many peripherals at the same time, plug this in, plug that in, it throws the sync offset off, and that's just a glitch with either many cams or YouTubes. They don't like when you do that. That's why you have to have everything plugged in before you start your show. So everything is plugged in, but I just wanted to see sometimes it by default it senses it as something new when you just plug it in. And I should have left the RC on, but everything worked out because the audio is good. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you all next time. That's it. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Can't. I think I should be able to sing, right? Hopefully they don't come back to me and be like, sorry, copyright issues. We heard a song. I wonder if you can sing. I don't know. We'll find out later on. We'll end the stream. Good night.